All right, let's watch the creepiest guy
Do a tier list of
Maurice has ever seen. Listen, this man's from Florida. So you know he's had his fair share. He's had his mouthful, if you will. He's had loads. Thick, fat, loads of creepy guys living in Florida. And if he tells me, if this Florida man tells me this is the creepiest guy he's ever seen, that's got to be saying something.
creepy guys on the internet, the guy I'm about to show you would be the undeniable top tier triple S super smokin' style creep god. The individual you're about to see almost makes that guy that was sending pig carcasses to the coworker he loved seem sane. I know I've called one other person in a video the creepiest guy ever, but the man I'm about to show you today, I think is far more disturbed, so much so that I'm actually somewhat concerned for the safety of the people around him. I'm sure you've seen this video floating around right now because it's going viral, and for good reason. It is scary.
The Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like, and I got there, and she saw me, and she immediately pulled away, and I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything, you know, I just wanted to play the song for her. You know, give her her own choice if she wanted to be with me.
Now, I'll quickly bring you up to speed on what's happening right now with the lore. So, the cops are there because the guy called them, I believe. So, he's a Kaioken times 10 weirdo. He called the cops because he wanted to report this girl's dad, a girl that he chased around while playing his music to try and win her love. And his music is downright horrifying. It sounds like 5 trash cans being violently slammed together while someone's getting murdered in an alleyway for the vocals. I have been so deep in this rabbit hole learning about this man. It's been like an episode of Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs just gathering all this information. I'm gonna play you just a quick snippet from one of his tracks.
Fire sprout to the moon to the top and grow!
Okay. You'd be lying if you thought that this was the outcome. I would be lying. I did not think that this was the song, okay? Like, I thought, like, it was going to be like a shitty Dave Matthews band. Shittier. Like, Dave Matthews Band's kind of shitty. You know, I thought it was going to be Dave Matthews Band, but, like, even shittier somehow. I was not expecting this. This is one of those instances where you can't even say this shit goes hard on mute because just everything is bad.
The voice of an angel. I can't believe this plan didn't work.
I cannot comprehend how Moist Critical arrived at the truth so adequately. He put it aptly when he said, this is like a bunch of trash cans being slammed together. He's 100% correct.
So romantic it sounds straight out of a Disney film. He also keeps saying he was giving her a choice to listen to his music and fall in love with him. Even though there's no choice here because he was stalking her and chasing her playing this over his fucking boombox, I guess. But anyway, she was so frightened that she ended up calling her dad, and her dad got in contact with him and said some mean things to him. So the guy then called the cops on the dad, hoping to like get him arrested or file something against him.
You know?
Does she know you?
Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit, but it never really got serious.
Okay.
But anyways, I pulled up there, and I was in the other parking lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me, and so I chased her a little bit, just because, I don't know, women are crazy. Like, I felt like she wanted me to chase her.
Do you not think chasing somebody's crazy?
He said, I chased her a little bit, then followed it up with women are crazy. Dog, self-reflection. Take a shower and reflect on what you just said, homie. Dude, this, oh my God, this is literally the most incel man in America, dude. He said, women be crazy. You know, they be running when I'm chasing them. That's wild, dude. That is, when you're so deep in the cut, when you are so deep, when you elevate it into the fucking red pill, black pill, I don't know what pill comes after that. You're on the women are wrong always unconditionally, so much so that they are behaving in a manner inconsistent with human beings when I'm chasing them and they're running away. That's crazy, bro. That is, oh my God, that's crazy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank God this dude does not have guns. Please tell me he doesn't have guns. This is school shooter shit, okay? Straight up. Is this Blake Masters? Is he running for Arizona Is he running for Arizona Senate, this guy?
Well, it's just like, I only went like a couple blocks down the street.
God, it's so sad that women can't appreciate a good, nice guy like this. Women are so weird. How can they not appreciate a complete psychopath chasing them around for a few blocks while blaring music that sounds like the soundtrack to a slaughterhouse?
Just saying, don't you think chasing somebody's crazy when they obviously don't want to?
Well, I had my song playing, and I wanted to like her to hear it, maybe.
Apparently, she don't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with this.
His complete lack of remorse and disconnection from reality is startling. Oh no, it's not weird. Like, I'm not weird. Why are you trying to say that I'm the crazy one for chasing her? I had my song playing. Oh, did I forget to mention that? My song was playing, so now everything's justified. Like, I wanted her to hear it so she'd have a choice to fall in love with me, obviously.
Her father called me up, and he made some threats to me and to my life.
Okay.
And so I just want to have his name on file.
What did he say to you?
I think he said he's gonna stab me, like, but he's like cussing at me.
He said that, or he did say that?
He says I'm gonna do something to you. I swear I do something to you.
For chasing his daughter?
Yeah, but it wasn't chasing. It was like,
Bro, good luck getting some fucking hick-ass cop to side with you on that one, okay? This dude is literally 1 second away from forgetting that the person he's talking to is white, okay? He's literally about to be like, I'm about to treat you like I do in them bad neighborhoods, boy. You know what I mean? He's literally like, you know, his ass is like, I would have fucking killed you if it was my daughter that you were chasing. So good thing that, you called the cops instead of, hailing this man as a hero after he inevitably stabs you to death for chasing his fucking daughter.
going down a couple streets, like, that's like fun to women. Like, women like that a little bit.
Okay, no. I don't believe it. 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 This has to be an op. This is so meticulously and perfectly designed to churn out incel talking points that I do not believe someone is this level deranged on the websites that we all know about, that we all talk about. There's no fucking way, dude. This has to be. This has to be an op. This has to be staged. I've never heard someone so clearly demonstrate their fucking mania. This is like Paul DePepe trying to murder Nancy Pelosi times 10, okay? It's like he's saying everything that you hear. He literally thought he had the shield of anonymity talking to these cops like he's on a fucking 4chan poll forum. He thinks this is like r/male fashion advice or something or whatever. What are those fucking dumbass subreddits? I guess that one is not that bad, but you know what I mean.
Excitement.
No, they don't.
Fucking unhinged logic. No, I wasn't chasing her. It was like minor stalking. That's nothing. Women love to be stalked. Like, it's fun to them. It's exciting. God, what an absolute lunatic. So yeah, the dad calls, apparently made threats against him because I'm assuming his daughter called him in a panic, like, holy shit, this guy's coming after me, and I'm fucking horrified. So the dad is trying his best to, like, stop anything bad from happening, so I'm sure the dad in this, like, passionate moments like, leave her the fuck alone, or I'm gonna do something about it, I'll give you a knuckle sandwich, why I oughta. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. To try and protect his daughter, keep her safe, doing what he can from a distance. Like, get the fuck away from her, you creep.
Women don't like to be chased.
What about, like,
If I was a
porn?
father, I'd probably tell you the same thing.
What about, like, BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
Well, apparently this girl.
Oh my God. It's like, actually, yeah, he's trying to debate Lord a potato. Brother, you are so lost in the sauce that you have lost the 40%, okay? You've lost the 40% brigade. Are you kidding me? You are trying to be like, well, what about BDSM fantasies? It's okay for me to stalk a woman because some people like BDSM. That's crazy, dude. Why are you trying to debate Lord yourself? Oh my God, I love this video. I hope he goes to jail. This is literally when debate lording unironically throws you in jail. This is fucking fantastic. Please, this is the greatest audit the audit video I've ever seen.
Well, who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
It took us only about a minute for him to start mentioning rape after talking about stalking and, you know, downplaying how stalking's not a big deal. Immediately brings it to BDSM and rape fantasies. From fucking out of nowhere. Oh, you're gonna call me crazy for chasing her? Well, what about rape? You know, there's the rape fantasies.
This is why I think the 80s were horrible. John Cusack holding the boombox outside a chick's window was weird as fucking creepy, and he should have been labeled as a predator. Although, wait, what? This is not the guy. Where's the guy? These are comments against him, right? No, this is comments against him. He has a YouTube channel where he does First Amendment audits. Oh, dude, trust me. I know this is a First Amendment audit, the auditor shit. But chasing these girls not healthy and smart to do will lead to someone getting hurt bad, never ends well. These are just regular comments, bro. These are people dunking on the guy. I want to see his comments so bad. Please. I want to see what he said. I hope someone has an archive. I want to know everything about this man. I want to know everything about this man who recorded himself having this conversation with cops and thought it was great to fucking post all of this on his YouTube channel.
Fantasies important. What about that? And then he has the gall, the chutzpah to say most women have a rape fantasy. It's blowing my mind here, this guy's thought process. Fucking crazy. I'm also 100% sure he's never had an actual conversation with a woman. When he mentioned at the beginning they were kind of talking, I imagine it's because they were coworkers and she said like hi to him occasionally, or like while they were working were like, hey, need to do this. And that to him.
Jacob Yerkes is out there. He's active on all platforms and is scary. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, he's been arrested now in Tennessee. Want to rape and pillage, but all the women are willing. Oh my God. Okay.
Was like meaningful interaction with a human female. This is like a scary individual. His brain immediately jumps to rape when confronted with his actions.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know. But
Apparently she does.
Also, cop brain is pretty funny. You think she does then? He's like, hold on, you got a good point there. You're right. Women do have rape fantasy. What about, wait a minute, does she do? Does she have a rape fantasy? Like, what if he said yes? All right then, sir. You run along now.
No.
well,
So what do you want us to do?
well, I just want you to get his name on file, just in case he does do anything
Do
to
you
me.
know his name?
I know his daughter's name.
What do you know his name?
I know her name. I don't know his name. He called me from a restricted phone number.
Okay. Here's my suggestion. Leave her alone.
A great suggestion from the officer here. Superb. Just get the fuck away from her. Leave her alone. So,
Bro, pre-crime. This is like one instance where it's like totally valid to arrest someone premeditatively. These motherfuckers will find a million different reasons to beat the shit out of and lock up teenagers that they think are like being mean to them. I don't know, homeless people that are standing around minding their own goddamn business. But the one time when you're like, hey, maybe you should like check this guy out a little bit, you know, maybe bring him in. It's like, nope, just leave her alone. You're good, sir. You're a good, wholesome fella.
solves all the issues here. Case closed. Didn't even need Dr. Phil on this one to get to the bottom of it. The solution was obvious. Just get away from her.
Well, this is one song I made, and this was the final chance I was going to have.
Here's my chance. Here's my advice. It's over. Leave her alone.
Okay.
Fathers will hurt you over their daughters.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is she needs to have her own free will, man. You not understand? I'm a man myself, bro, and I have needs myself.
She's choosing her free will by telling her daddy what happened to you, and I'm telling you, stay away from her because he will hurt you probably.
She's being controlled by him.
For some reason, he's so delusional, he keeps thinking that she doesn't have her own authority to make her own choices, yet keeps saying she needs her own free will.
Because she's a woman. That's it. That's why.
will. She had her own free will by running away from you, by like being scared of you, running away, and then telling her dad. That is her making choices to try and protect herself from you because you are the threat. You're the fucking danger that's knocking on her.
No, that's literally why he thinks that. Because she's a woman. He's like, that's the main reason. Why he does not think a woman has personhood. That's it. Like 90% of the fucking insult, anger, and everything else that revolves around that anger stems from, one, thinking that women are not full human beings, and two, being entitled to that as though it's a commodity that you deserve to have or something. Like, that's it.
Door, and she is responding with her own free will of getting the fuck away from you as fast and efficiently as possible. It's just such a scary thought process because in his mind, he's totally justified in everything that happened here, and it's all normal to him. And the fact that she's not in love with him right now, not in his arms, in his bed, is because her dad is forcing her to make choices to split the two apart. It's not her making those choices because he's perfect. The guy with his music, his mixtape that sounds like 5 fucking squirrels being blown to pieces, he thinks his music's the best and he's the best man in the world, so there's no way she is choosing on her own free will to not be with him. That is a dangerous thought process.
That's fine. That's her choice, right? Free choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to leave.
It's legal.
Oh, that's the best one. He's like, all right, that's a bridge too far, brother. Okay, you need to leave. Most Huckleberry Finn ass motherfucker, bro. Yo, I love this cop, dude. Now you crossed the line now. Whore-nose. Not on my watch, pal.
That's fine. That's her choice, right? Free choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to leave.
That's great. That's a bridge too far. Oh, that's what crossed the line for him. He's like, oh, porn? No. Rape fantasies? Okay. So what if she did? I don't know. We don't know if she has rape fantasies or not. But pornos?
It's legal.
You need to leave.
Well,
we're not doing anything. You need to leave.
I'm having a discussion on.
I'm having a discussion telling you to leave.
I actually appreciate how the officer handles this situation here. He's not giving this guy an inch. He is fighting him on every point he tries to make. Not that any of his points have any logical basis whatsoever or any sound reasoning, but I like that the officer's pushing back on everything, and he crosses a line when he says she should do porn. Where does that even come from? Everything this guy is saying is a giant red flag, and he needs legitimate help.
I was going to let her make her own choice after the song.
Well, she's made her choice.
And I just don't think she had a reasonable opportunity to make a choice because I'm going to blow up and I'm going to be a famous DJ and I'm going to be like...
How old is she?
He still really believes that because she didn't finish listening to his song, she didn't have the...
I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's more insane. The fact that he's like definitely a rapist stalker who thinks he's in the right here, or the fact that he thinks he's going to blow up from that music. That's how bad the music is. You can say the first thing on its face. You're like, the first thing, of course, in like 99.9% of circumstances, the first one is literally the most insane thing. What can be more insane than that? And then you hear this, and you're like, okay, maybe this is the one instance out of the 0.01% where thinking you're going to blow up with this shit might be just marginally more insane than the other thing. Oh my God, dude. Don't underestimate the indie community. Stop. Oh, he said he's going to make it big, dude.
I'm having a discussion. I have an opportunity to make a choice because I'm going to blow up and I'm going to be a famous DJ and I'm going to be like...
How old is she?
He still really believes that because...
he's like, we're facing a libertarian. How old is she?
She didn't finish listening to his song. She didn't have the right to say no. She didn't have reasonable basis for declining and rejecting him, I suppose. He believes he's going to...
Okay, dude. This is like... This homie is just straight the most, like, chaotic fucking little incel. He thinks he can, like, debate Lord the Cops. And he thinks he can debate the woman into, like, getting raped by him. Okay. He literally is like, no, actually, she will make the correct choice when she hears my music. It's like, dude, this guy literally is a serial killer, okay, in the making. This is Jeffrey Dahmer when he gets, like, caught by the cops one time. Well, not one, but, like, 4 times. You know what I mean? You are in the presence of a mass shooter, okay? If he hasn't done it yet, he certainly will. I am telling you.
Blow up and be a famous DJ or this and that. Thus, she's making a huge mistake and needs to.
This is what porn does to a man. # brain broken. Yeah, dude. I'm glad you got the best message out of that. Yeah, that's what porn does to a man. No. This is not patriarchy. This is not fucking male entitlement, incel fucking culture running rampant. No, this isn't the idea that like men think they can fucking do this kind of shit. Because famously before porn, women never had these kinds of things happen to them. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, okay? Porn does have the capacity to break people's brains. I'm not going to act like it doesn't, okay? As anything does. However, this notion that this man is the way he is because of porn is crazy, okay? First and foremost, do we even know he's pro-porn? Because half of these guys are literally tradcaths who then say the exact same things about porn as you do. Like, he might have been sarcastic when he was talking about like, oh, well, she should do porn. When he talked about like, oh, she should do porn actually, that's a big, as far as I've seen in the incel circles, like, they're not exactly fond of pornography. That's just him being like, she wants to be a whore doing porn, which would allow me to be a psycho to her because she's asking for it.
Reconsider the choice and her dad's making her choose this. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh, shit.
Oh! Oh! Of course! Yikes! Fuck! God damn, why? They always, dude. Lucas Timothy! Why? Why are they always like this? Oh my God, dude. What the fuck?
You know what? Lindsay's dad, I hope you see this fucking video.
Now, just like in The Dark Knight, we have the Joker turning the camera on himself here, and we get to take a look at him. And he really still believes everything he's done is justified, and that the girl and her dad are the villains here.
You know what happens when women don't ever, come to terms with themselves? Bad shit happens. I don't know. Something the cops want to deny.
And this right here I think should be taken very seriously. This is not a mentally well person. And this comes across as an actual threat against the safety of both the girl and...
Okay, his Twitter is out there. I'm surprised this motherfucker's not said something. I gotta look through his Twitter, man. I need to know. What is his takes on leftist politics? You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And I wasn't.
If you are not a criminal, our society will draw you to being a criminal. Oh my Lord. He's a Bernie bro. Yeah, totally.
And her father here. He's already shown that he has no problem stalking women, and I really think this needs to be looked at seriously to make sure that he's not in a position to do harm to anyone around him. It's just very concerning.
Me trying to get her to be straight. Something is wrong about that. I don't see why these traditional ass motherfuckers.
I'm sorry, what? Bro. Okay, this is not the point. But if there was literally a concept such as turning someone, the only thing that this motherfucker would be turning people is gayer, okay? Every woman turns more lesbian at the sight of this fucking smelly, sweaty incel nerd. What the fuck?
Fuckers think they can speak shit whenever it's this woke, belligerent LGBT shit that has her right now. I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father. That's how I feel right now.
What? How old is this girl? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, this rant's really going off the fucking rails. So apparently,
You can't call people incels? Brother, if I can't call this person an incel, who is an incel?
the girl isn't interested in men, and his plan was to make her interested in men by giving her his love as well as letting her listen to his songs. And when she still wasn't interested, she blames the dad. Like, the dad is the one that's made his daughter not like him, and then says that he is older than her dad. Like, it's so fucking wild.
I need to watch the original now.
But it is all very concerning to listen to.
The only group of people that don't actually have any kind of self-awareness about this shit, and when like one of their own actually gets national mainstream prominence, and they genuinely celebrate it instead of saying, oh no, he's like a gay psyop nerd, are the incels, okay? When Republicans, when one of the groiped up like alt-right Nazi, neo-Nazi dudes goes out and like gets domed by fucking Paul Pelosi or whatever, they'll turn around. All the other groiped up Nazis will turn around and be like, oh, he's not one of us. He's a gay loser. Incels, on the other hand, are on an entirely separate playing field where like if one of their own goes out and does a mass shooting, they literally celebrate it, no matter how gross, sweaty, awful, weird he looks. Okay? I need to see more of this though. Oh my God, I need to know everything about this fucking freak. Stalker. This is titled Stalker Goes to Cops to Complain About Being Threatened for Stalking, Personal Information Removed. Here. This is absolutely the most devastating audit the audit shit I've ever seen. We have this dude's Twitter. He's still out and about. He's just like straight up posting. He's just straight up posting about some of the most insane nonsense over here. And also his music. Including this one. Me, I identify as SS. LGBTQ, super straight isn't a real identity. Me, super straight. Ego beings are maggots. I guess I want sharks with laser beams attached to their foreheads. What? I mean, he's like... Oh, it turns out there's like plenty more. Some people responded this was a mental break, something just snapped. That's not what I've seen for people who personally know/knew who Jacob Bjorkes was. Many of his female friends have had ever escalating, uncomfortable, harassing encounters with him. He's been doing this for a while. Suck this dick, bitch, or make slow love in the water with me, or you would make fun cause OND never really made you come. Bro, I feel like every step that this man has taken is unironically like built in a laboratory to showcase some of the worst impacts, some of the worst aspects, and what happens when people go down the fucking incel rabbit hole. Okay? I mean, this is literally the perfect demonstration. This is what every woman talks about when they talk about like the top of the hour and how devastating top of the hour ad breaks are, and how you can avoid those ads by subscribing for $5 or for free. I want to apologize for that one. That one was fucked up. As a woman, I do say this a lot. 10-10. Stop. Don't encourage me, ladies. Don't do it. That was bad. Oh my God. Okay. Look, it's true though. At the top of the hour, there is definitely a 60-second ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free. Or you can get gifted a sub, okay? A gifted sub will allow you to also avoid the ad breaks if you're lucky. Here's the woman ad right now. All right. Okay, all jokes aside, what I was going to say is that this is literally the type of fucking guy that every woman has encountered, like a lighter version of this, or maybe even a more evil version of this, okay? Like every woman across the board, including your mom, including your grandma, which is time adjusted, you know what I mean? Like time appropriate, whatever, has experienced a dude like this. And it's not an accident. It's not because of porn. It's not because of fucking popular culture. It's none of that shit. It is patriarchy. It is the way that the system is designed. God's third leg, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. That is where, just when I started to feel safe here, okay, calm down. It's just an ad segue. I'm trying to get back to the serious subject. I know I fucked up. Okay, I know I fucked up. Okay, let's get back. So, I'm going to take it seriously. God damn it, dude. Oh my God, chatters, you gave me an 823 for that one. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh, dude, that is bad. You know, you're feeding me. Thank you, Taco Dan, for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, Aisha Esquire, for the 10 gifted subs. Okay. So, what I was going to say is, every woman has dealt with a version of this. And, you know, that is what a lot of women talk about whenever they talk about this kind of behavior. And most dudes will never understand it until it gets to this point. And at this point, they're like, oh, okay, that guy went too far. But he's alone. He's isolated. Well, that's not really the case. A lot of dudes do creepy shit like this and can't comprehend that, like, they are behaving in this, like, stalkerish ass way and thinking that, like, women actually like that. Okay? It's not just mental illness. There's plenty of fucking neurodivergent kids in here. There's plenty of autistic kids in here who don't understand social cues that don't do shit like this. So no, it's not mental illness. It's mental illness paired up with fucking patriarchal concepts, paired up with narcissism. Like, you're ridiculous. A lot of people who don't understand it overcome their neurodivergence and their lack of being able to adequately assess social cues by asking for fucking consent. Okay? You should have the fear of God put in you to dare come across like this. If you have this kind of like, if you have some kind of thing that is holding you back from understanding social cues, you should like be genuinely fearful that you're not coming across like this and ask. The best recipe for that kind of anxiety is to ask, is to be normal, okay? Is to just be a kind and cordial and courteous person. That's it. Go on, dude, do the XQC thing, okay? That's one of my favorite parts about XQC's rhetoric, XQC's like talking points. Whenever he talks to his audience, he's like, listen, dude, I don't understand it, dude, which is why I always ask, dude, okay? Be like the juicer. If you can't read people, recognize that you can't read people and respect their boundaries and fucking ask. Ask for consent.
Oh shit.
Yeah, shit on juicer too, lol. Wait, what? Did you not understand what I was saying? By the way, trigger warning this guy's face, but I just said the juicer is very good with this kind of thing. He like openly states that he can't comprehend it. He doesn't have good comprehension when it comes to like these social cues, so he always asks for consent.
You know what? Lindsay's dad, I hope you see this fucking video. You know what?
He does the face. Dude, oh God, no matter how fucking chaotic this situation is, I do love when human beings are so visibly human, okay? And he's doing that classic like sexy face. The first moment that he sees himself, look. The first moment he sees himself in the fucking mirror, he hits the fucking blue steel. His own version of it, obviously.
You know what happens when women don't ever, come to terms with themselves? Bad shit happens.
What?
I don't know. Something, the cops want to deny me trying to get her to be straight. Something is wrong about.
Turns out she's also not straight. She's a lesbian or maybe bi. Probably not bi after this encounter though. Holy fuck, if there's anything that just like makes you completely write off men across the board, it would probably be something like this.
About that, I don't see why these traditional ass motherfuckers think they can speak shit whenever it's this woke belligerent LGBT shit that has her right now. And her father is controlling the bullshit. I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father. That's how I feel right now. I've lived this life. I've been the greatest. I've been down and I've been about. I don't know where this is going, but fucking snakes, man. She was gonna lure me into a trap whenever I was gonna go,
It's kind of wild how like someone so clearly mentally unwell can still appear to be like, if you don't listen to the things that he's saying, if you don't listen to the context, like, despite how fucking psycho he is, he's so functional. You know? He's like he's coherent, he's functional, you can understand what he's saying, like, because sometimes you hear people having like a schizophrenic outbreak, right? And it's immediate, it's clear. There's like a couple things that are immediate signifiers, like God complex, over the top paranoia, like incredibly paranoid, jittery. He's just like, this is his normal. He sounds like I don't know if this dude is even having like an episode. I think this is just straight up who he is, which is somehow, I mean, this is scarier in my opinion. Because like, listen, you pump, you take a little bit of lithium, okay, and you fix that problem in that moment. You medicate yourself, you find the right medication, you go to therapy, you fix that. This motherfucker is not having an episode. He's just calm, cool, and collected. That's his everyday, baby. That's when he's on neutral. Okay? That shit is fucking terrifying. Okay?
play a song for her. It's just how it is. But shout out to all my bros. I know that my dudes, you know, I'm really getting depressed recently, you guys. I feel like there's not faith in humanity.
I mean, I guess he deleted all of his videos when like people found that this was his channel. All my bros, yeah. You know his ass is in the fucking deep in the cut. You know he's like all over, dude. I mean, this guy's profile, it just reads so perfectly. It reads so perfectly as just an unhinged incel. Turns out he was already arrested. Turns out he's been doing this. Here it is. The law is attacking me because I'm a masculine man and I won't surrender. Russian men are more aggressive, obvious, and persistent when it comes to romantic intention. In her words, you don't meet a Russian man, you are chosen by one. In contrast, American men tend to stop sexual romantic pursuits when a woman indicates they're repulsed by his presence. Wow. I don't know if this paints Russian men in a positive light, my friend, even though you took the wrong lesson from this. What the fuck? You think he's on a list? Yeah, he's a fucking FBI sleeper cell list for sure. So this was his original, because he posted that video on his YouTube channel. Apparently this was the original thing, description of the YouTube video. Okay. By the way, this is what the Republican Party thinks is their voter base, for the record. And this is why, like, the fucking, you know, normal white suburban, normal racist, conservative housewives were like, no, this shit's weird. It's disgusting. It's ugly. I don't want to touch that. I don't want a piece of that. Okay? That's what happens when your fucking brain is so broken by conservative rhetoric. You know? This is the Wayback Machine. Oh, he had a follow-up video on it. Ego beings are maggots. He had the fucking SS post. He deleted. Cop refuses entrance to Knox County Clerk's office. Cop thinks he's a tough guy. Loudoun County Post Office. You can't record in here. He was an audit guy. Oh, that's awesome. He was like classic, typical audit libertarian guy. Anyway, but here, this is what his title was for the video. What is it about dogs chasing cats? Protection of one's women supersedes the law, which I originally had no protection on the woman I love. When the law got involved and should have taken matters into my own hands, like the cops defended in this video. I just want to discuss even further on this. Men are constantly putting themselves in states of discomfort. What I meant by equal voting rights is that men don't vote. What I meant by equal fighting rights is that women go to war and evolutionize muscles while handsome men get to stay home. Yeah, no, this track says, like, you know, some of the haters that we even encounter in this chat.
Full offense.
And I wasn't in anything wrong. I just was trying to play a song for her. Have you ever heard the song Baby It's Cold Outside?
Probably.
Oh my God, that song itself. Yeah, by the way, holy fuck, this dude is literally making me come across like a fucking Omega Radlib, okay? I was just about to be like, yeah, that song, not the greatest lessons there, you know? That song is kind of like about rape, so that tracks.
You know, he's like saying, she's saying no, I'm saying yes, and they're just playing this game.
But that's for the judge to decide, not me, okay?
I know. It's just the way it is. And lots of people stood up for that song.
Full offense.
And I wasn't in anything wrong. I just was trying.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, Jacob Yerkes is free and out there. He's active on all the platforms. It's scary. He's been arrested in Tennessee. Subject in custody following social media threats. Someone responded, there's a mental break. It's not. If you believe you're being stalked, please check out this website, which has resources on what to do. Victimsofcrime.org. Stalking resources. What is this? Dude. This is unironically the final state of so many of these people, dude. Oh my God. I agree so much with Chapo, and especially on this. Okay? Islam, in the way that the Western world comprehends it, is the only thing untainted by the shackles of Western Christianity, which is the neoliberal capitalist religion. Okay? This is the type of this is literally like, this is the final stage for so many people. Like their understanding of monolithic fundamentalist Islam is quite literally the final stage of these people who have unironically orientalized Islam, by the way. Okay? And they want to be like the orientalized version of Islam. This is not what Islam is like, but for these stupid fucking white Westerners, they think it is like a shelter from all of the Western degeneracy. I don't think you guys understand it. On their last free episode, Chapo talked to QAnonymous about the Manaverse people. And this is something that I also agree with Matt Christman on. It's something I've talked about as well. For a lot of these guys, okay, they think because they grew up in America in a post 9/11 world, they think Islam and the Islamic world is monolithic. They think all Islam is fundamentalist. And all followers of Islam are fundamentalists. They cannot comprehend a world in which there is, plenty of disagreements, war, and progressive people in Muslim communities. A lot of you, probably in the chat, believe a liberal version of this. Okay? They don't understand it. Like most Americans only know an orientalized version of Muslim countries that is monolithic and fundamentalist. Okay? So for a lot of these guys, they'll have like, a Catholicism moment or something. And then they'll realize that like if they're Protestant, they'll go Catholic or something. They'll do like a Catholicism conversion. And they'll realize that Christianity in all forms in the Western world is still very much neoliberal and capitalist. And a lot of these things that they're trying to escape are manifestations of neoliberal capitalism. Okay? So they think like Islam is the one true religion that is untainted. Okay? It's untainted by these kinds of things. Okay? Monolithic and Orientalist is just how Americans see every other culture except the Euro ones. Yeah, true. There was another one. Yeah, they think all Islam is Salafist and Wahhabist. Yes. Someone said Sam Harris. Yeah, I mean, Sam Harris believes this too. But Sam Harris believes this as well, but he doesn't think it's a virtue. This guy believes the same thing that Sam Harris believes, but thinks it's a virtue. That's it. Okay? This is just the Western understanding of what Islam is, like anti-gay. I mean, the Reddit feminism, all this other shit is like silly, stupid, communism, stupid, right? Okay? This post is praising Islam, saying that it's free of Western degeneracy, which is ironic because it is the position that you would arrive at in the minds of the most fundamentalist psychotic, like, you know, the yee ass motherfuckers I make fun of here in America, like the white evangelical Protestants. Like, there's a version of that in the Islam world. It's the version that you see in American media all the time. These motherfuckers want to get to that, not realizing that that is not exactly great. Anyway. Wait, are you saying in a long enough timeline, incels convert to Islam or they want like an idea of Islam? I mean, they do. So do the evangelicals. What, you think fundamentalists are different culture to culture? They're not. What do you think white evangelical Protestants are going for? They're going for what they think Islam is, a more fundamentalist theocratic operation, but for whites. That's it. It's just conservatism. That is what's guiding these people because they are conservative and they think all Muslims are conservative. You really can't say even most educated Muslims are homophobic. That's just a sad reality that you might never encounter because Turkey is way more progressive than other Islamic countries. My friends are highly educated people and they're all homophobic. That's just how the community works. Love when dudes come out here and just fucking drop this in here. Brother, that is not a consequence of Islam. That is a consequence of conservatism. That is such a fucking idiotic take, especially because it varies from country to country or even county to county in the United States of America. The type of motherfuckers that are homophobic in Muslim nations are no different than the type of motherfuckers that are homophobic in America. Okay? Now, here's another way to identify Vince Sion and other fucking dildos. And this guy always does this shit, okay? Religion is just a fucking tool, okay? It's just a fucking tool. I don't give a fuck if you're Muslim or not. Religion is just a tool. It's what you do with that ideology is what matters, okay? It's a tool for social organization. That's it. And every single time I talk about this, people fucking lose their shit, okay? Every single time. When I talk about the fact that Islamic people, Muslims in America, okay, in Western nations as a matter of fact, but especially in America, are significantly more progressive than white evangelical Protestants, people lose their shit. When I talk about the golden age of Islam, or when I talk about Muslim nations in times not of constant war and chaos and imperialism and their histories, people lose their fucking shit. They think that that is incomprehensible because we live in a world now where almost all nations with majority Muslim populations are in a constant state of fucking chaos. Okay? That kind of chaos, that kind of imperialism creates incredibly fundamentalist people who use religion as a tool to propagandize to as broad an audience as possible. Okay? And their way of understanding religious texts as the proper way of designating how society should fucking operate. Stop saying I'm just looking at the script. I understand what you mean. Every fucking religion has the same script. The only difference between Islam and Christianity is that it is the most advanced version of Abrahamic religions. It expands on prior Abrahamic religions and has direct rules that tell you how you can live your life, like the best ways of living your life, down to fucking cleaning your body. Okay? That's it. But ultimately, all of these religions have the exact same shit. It has good and it has fucking bad. All right? That's it. It has good shit. It has bad shit. Every one of these religions has that exact same principle. If you look at the text, it's subject to interpretation, just like the Constitution is, just like all matter of religious script is. You look at the text and you take the good lessons and you fucking cast aside the bad ones, and that's it. That's why Christianity has given us liberation theology, and it has also given us justifications for preserving slavery. The reason why I like to cover Christianity more frequently in this country is because most people do not have that fucking brain rot when it comes to Christianity. Because no matter what happens when you live in America, which is a predominantly Christian nation, you still have the capacity to understand, okay? You still have the capacity to understand that, Christians are not all just like white evangelical Protestants. You can distinguish between a white evangelical Protestant, a zealot, a fundamentalist, and just like a regular dude who says they're Christian, but, keeps to themselves. But you cannot comprehend that when it comes to Islam. You have gone too far, man. I know. I haven't talked about Islam in a while. I haven't done my typical religion is a tool argument. It can be for good. It can be for bad. Everybody believes in crazy shit. As long as they're not hurting anyone, just let them be argument in a long time. I know this is one of those. There's a couple issues that I bring up that fucking breaks the brains of many people. You will learn. One of them is treating prisoners like human beings and not fucking immediately hitting the murder button when someone is a criminal. Okay? Another one is this. But that's not fair. The percentage of Islamic fundamentalists and normal people is way higher. I'm Arab. Don't call me Islamophobic, law. If you're Arab, you should understand that better than anyone else. The reason for why there are more conservative and more fundamentalist people is not the fucking textbook. It is not the scripture. It is not the Quran. It is nothing but war. Endless war. And being dominated by outside fucking forces that creates this volatile structure where the country tries to maintain stability, and the greatest fucking forces that come out of that are the most reactionary and more fundamentalist forces. That's it. How can you be a leftist and not account for material conditions and look to like idiotic, idealistic symbolism and dumb spiritual bullshit like that? If you're a leftist, you should be guided by material conditions in your analysis. Your analysis should factor in material conditions always. It is at the heart of being a fucking leftist. Holy shit. The moment that you start talking about like religion as a fucking a textbook guiding people and making people a certain way, you've lost the plot. You're done. You're no different than fucking Sam Harris. You're no different than Jordan Peterson. Why do you come here then? You come here to understand. You come here to develop a deeper understanding of how human beings are. Okay? You are all the same weirdos that also then post about like, look at Egypt in the 60s. Look at Afghanistan in the 60s and 70s. Look at all these, look at Iran. Like, you're the ones who fucking literally post photos of like scantily clad women going to the fucking beach, going to the fucking lecture halls and learning and not wearing the hijab. What happened? Was it Islam? Was there no Islam in the 60s and 70s, dumbass? Or was it a matter of interpretation back then, just as it is now, but it was devoid of external influences, creating chaos within countries where the most radical, the most fundamentalist institutions created a semblance of stability and were very openly pushing and purging the external forces? That's crazy. It feels so weird for me to talk about historical lessons over and over and over again in here in this community, and then have so many people go, nah, man, I'm not listening to that. It's just the textbook. Every 3 months on Reddit, that picture gets 30K upvotes. Yeah, exactly. All of you soy Reddit motherfuckers love looking at those photos. What happened back then? Like, it's not like I'm not, you know, I believe in the theory of a secular democracy, okay? I believe in the theory of democracy. I believe in the theoretical democracy. I believe in a theoretical secular democratic country. And that is the best mode of operation, okay? That's the best mode of governance. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, no, man, theocracies are actually the way to go. That's not what I'm saying. Make no mistake. But understand that these countries are led by zealots. And those zealots are fundamentalist conservatives, okay? Whew. What did I say about Ukraine? When Russia invaded Ukraine, one of the first things I said was when another nation engages in war on a smaller nation, you end up basically creating a system where the most nationalist, most fundamentalist, most right-wing forces are galvanized and seen as emancipatory heroes, emancipatory forces. They're heroic. It's true. The reason why I'm using Ukraine as an example is because they're white. Maybe you can understand it a little bit different. You know, it's like whites versus whites fighting each other. You know? The British Empire and later the U.S. propped up extremely fundamentalist groups, Wahhabis in Saudi Arabia in the early 1900s in order to overthrow the Ottoman Empire's influence in the region. The U.S. continues to prop up extremely fundamentalist groups in the region to retain control. I mean, yeah, Taliban is a great example of this. Those are fucking our guys, okay? Those are our guys. Since even before Operation Cyclone in Afghanistan, they were our fucking guys, okay? That's it. Not only are they our guys, they were being taught and educated in madrasas that were backed by our other guys from other countries that were propped up in our other client states like Pakistan, okay? And they were learning out from our textbooks that were written in fucking Nebraska by some goddamn dude with a account with the CIA. They were learning the most extremist fucking protocols from our people. Which is annoying because the West now just sees us as the Taliban and weaponize that in anti-immigration propaganda to go, yeah. Even though, once again, Muslims in Western nations, but especially in America, are significantly more progressive than other religious groups. Straight up. And every time I bring that up, people's brains break, dude. Muslims in America are significantly more tolerant towards LGBT members, LGBT community members, than Christian, white evangelical Protestants are. Now, you might say, wait a minute, Hasan. White evangelical Protestants is just a more fundamentalist sect, and Islam and Muslims in general is the entirety of the religious group. Well, yes, that is my point. Thank you for coming to my fucking TED Talk so you can comprehend and distinguish between fundamentalists versus the entirety of the religion. When it comes down to it, it's like looking at Jews in the United States of America and thinking they all operate like Hasidic Jews. That is not the case. But you can understand that and distinguish that because, you know, Jewish people have had a prominent role in American culture. So you have the capacity to comprehend that. Okay? But you can't do that for Islam. Anyway, everyone likes to have a go at how fundamentalism rose in the Middle East, but the exact same fundamentalist rise is happening in Europe right now due to war and economic uncertainty. Humans crave stability, and whatever can give that to them sounds kind of good. It's not exclusive to Islam. You are correct. Just curious, why do the countries with the least fundamentalist Islam like Libya, Syria, and Iraq had to be invaded by the U.S.? I mean, there's other factors in there too, like obviously, because then people will say it's not like Gaddafi was great. It's not like the Assads were great or, Saddam Hussein was great, and they weren't, which is, by the way, another reason for why America can always justify its endless imperialist bloodshed. But yes, as a rule of thumb, countries that were not invaded by American forces in the same capacity until recently did have, they were still horrible, brutal, all that sort of stuff, but they weren't fundamentalist. It is true. How do you explain Saudi Arabia being so fundamentalist despite not being invaded and being wealthy? Honest question. That is a wonderful question. It's because they are our guys. We never had to fucking do that because we planted them from the jump. No, that is a legit question. You didn't have to invade Saudi Arabia because they were, our dogs from the jump. And the leadership, I mean. I'm not talking about fucking, regular Saudi individuals, obviously. Also, the Saudi monarchy literally made a pact with the Wahhabis to stay in power. It was not preordained. Yeah. Anyway. Let's watch this most pathetic man ever. The
good
other
news
one.
and bad news. And I've always found it's better to get the bad news first. Just go raw and no rubber and hit you with the cold water right away. Force feed you the vegetables so that way the dessert tastes even better. The bad news, I'm about to show you an insufferable asshole. Perhaps one of the most miserable people to listen to on the planet. The good news, he's about to be arrested. Let me introduce you to Johnny. Johnny is the epitome of turbo virgin. I know this word gets tossed around a lot, but he is a self-proclaimed incel and one of YouTube's most prolific stalkers slash woman harassers. This goofy goober looks like if Raymundo from Rocket Power and Tommy Wiseau did a fusion dance and created the world's most socially inept asshole. Now, Johnny's whole shtick was he would wait outside of bars, clubs, and even parking garages, literally just fucking live in parking garages, until he saw the slightest hint of a human female nearby. And then he would get his phone out and start recording himself following them, insulting them, and demanding they fuck him. And he'd follow them for what felt like miles. These videos would go on for so long, and always it would end up the same. Them threatening to get the authorities involved because they were literally scared for their lives around this guy because he was completely unhinged. And he continued this shit for about a year. I've known about his pitiful existence for quite some time, but just never really wanted to bring any attention to it for obvious reasons. But now, he pushed the envelope a bit too far and flew a bit too close to the sun, and his tiny little micro dick burned up. He actually assaulted a woman who defended herself from him. He pepper sprayed her. And it was after he instigated the entire conflict, and now that video has surfaced and the authorities have gotten involved, and they're looking to arrest him and potentially charge him with assault with a deadly weapon, as well as a hate crime and the discharge of tear gas. The article also alleges that he was recently arrested after getting kicked out of a club with his friend, and while getting escorted out, basically claimed white power and some other shit like that.
Man, it's so crazy to me that, like, these guys always come from the same fucking place, dude. They always come from the same background, always come from the same ideology. That's wild. And one of the other things that is so revealing about the systems that we exist under is that, like, they don't necessarily have a brushing with the law that genuinely creates legal complications for them until it goes too far. It's just so strange, dude. It's so weird to me that, like, the first time, second time, third time is not enough. He can monetize his fucking YouTube videos, you know what I mean? He just, like, keeps doing it over and over again. Until, you know, maybe at the end.
Which sounds par for the course for a fucking homunculus like this guy. Imagine evolving for millions upon millions of years and ending up like Johnny. What a bad fucking deal. Just an actual shit stain on the planet. But anyway, I'd like to show you the video that is going to lead to his arrest. What triggered it all here and started this chain reaction where finally it looks like he will no longer be terrorizing innocent people on the streets.
Can I hang out with you?
My guy just stole my car, so he's...
Where'd he go? Newport Coast?
I can't watch this, bro. This is crazy. Dude, always, I gotta say, like, you know, stay strapped with pepper spray and tasers, but I feel like half the time that shit only pisses him off further. So, like, once again, women always have that genuine fear. This is like the worst fear of every woman, okay? If you have a sister, if you have a mom, every single one of them is genuinely and understandably fearful of this. And if you think that this shit doesn't happen frequently, you're wrong. It happens all the fucking time. Maybe lighter versions of this happen, but the real fear always exists for very legitimate fucking reasons, okay? And it doesn't take a guy who is, like, psychotically obsessed and having a YouTube incel channel for a dude to behave this way, because it comes from a larger systemic malfunction of thinking that, like, this is something that can happen, this is something that should happen, that a lot of men are educated to act like. Okay?
Huh?
This is why if you've ever had, like, a girlfriend or anything like that, and they're like, can you please walk me to my car? Can you please, you know, I don't want to walk alone at night. This is why.
Hook up with you? What kind of vagina do you have? Is it an innie or an outie? Does it have beef curtains?
I'm gonna call the cops if you don't.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're annoying, dude.
Why are you following me?
Because I want to fuck.
That's his real voice, by the way. He's not putting on some kind of show. He's not playing a character. He genuinely sounds like one of the Looney Tunes character, Inhaled Helium, forever. It actually just sounds like...
Like, she's trying to deal with that. and she's like angry and upset, but there's a very real thought in the back of her mind, at least according to what I know from my female friends, is that like, if I fucking pop off on this dude, what if he gets violent? And you can tell, like, you can literally fucking tell that this dude has the capacity to snap at any given moment. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to even escalate. She's like, there's no de-escalation in that circumstance because the dude is already geared to be a fucking piece of shit, an actual freak. Terrifying.
Like he's making fun of a stereotypical incel demanding tindies from mommy. That is just his normal state of being. He does it unironically. Man's collected all the infinity stones of cringe and ascended to a level beyond pathetic. I'll go ahead and play the rest of the clip.
My fat ass cock is ready to get hard for you.
Cops are coming right
Why would you call the cops on me, bro? I'm just speaking.
It doesn't matter.
Fuck you, you little bitch, you little void. Oh, you little. Whoa, what's wrong with you? Chill out, chill out, chill out. Hey,
Back the fuck up.
chill out,
Back the fuck up.
chill out,
Back the fuck up.
chill out. You just kicked me in the balls. You back up. You back up.
Back the fuck up.
You back up. Throw that at me, you're gonna.
It's an absolute shame that he didn't lose his footing and fall down the stairs in front of him. I've never prayed so hard for shoelaces to malfunction in my life. So yeah, the guy's obviously a coward. He carries pepper spray because he'll push people to the absolute edge, and when they finally do, like, defend themselves, he'll just pepper spray them. Now, of course, there's almost zero people in the world that like...
The things I want to say, I will not be able to say on this platform because unfortunately there are limitations to free speech, even though free speech does not exist on this platform, which I'm thankful for. This is one of the instances where I'm not thankful that free speech does not exist on this platform. I will not be saying the things I want to say, but I'm thinking them. You can't stop me from thinking those things that I'm thinking. They are urges. I have urges. I have feelings. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Don't say anything stupid. Just think it. You can think it. No one can stop you from thinking it, but you can't say it in the chat, or I can't say it out loud. But oh my God. Wow. That's okay.
Like this guy and can stand to be around him. I imagine even his own parents drink themselves into a dreamless slumber every single night, just regretting the day that they conceived this failure. But I did see on Twitter a couple of people blame the woman here, saying she assaulted him first. Now,
I'm thinking more of those thoughts. It is becoming uncontrollable. If I keep watching the rest of this video and I see motherfuckers defend this person, this freak, this vermin, this, scumbag, awful, not even a human being, I am going to say things. Okay,
of course,
let's
Twitter
continue.
is just this disgusting cum dumpster of the most brain-rotted clowns imaginable. But I did want to at least talk about it. There's such a drastic difference between throwing a shoe after being verbally harassed for however many minutes before filming, because he was doing this even before he started filming. This is only a piece of the video. To be harassed that long and then just respond by throwing a shoe is completely different than getting fucking pepper sprayed. It just can't even be compared. That's like if a kid shot a spitball at you and you responded by hitting them with a sledgehammer. Pepper spray is hardcore. It's a legitimately painful experience from everyone I've ever known to be pepper sprayed. They have said it's the most painful thing they've ever experienced. Luckily, I haven't been pepper sprayed, but I know from what I've seen and the people that I know that it is something that isn't just laughed off or something trivial. So it's just not even in the same ballpark. And she did it in what I consider to be self-defense. This was like 3 a.m., the witching hour. Don't summon Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m. kind of shit. Like, this is haunted. This guy is hanging out at a parking garage in the middle of the night, being fucking creepy and weird, saying things like my hard cock is ready for you and shit like that. You don't know what he's gonna do. That is a dangerous person. So to like get him away from you and throw a shoe, I think is like an appropriate response. And especially because he already proved you can't just walk away from the confrontation, because he had just previously followed a woman all the way to her car who was panicking, making up a story about having her car stolen and visibly uncomfortable and worried for her own fucking life. So her trying to scare him away like a pigeon on the beach was really like the only thing she could do to like diffuse the situation and make him stop. And then he responded by ruining his life with the pepper spray, because now he'll be arrested for it, and I cannot fucking wait. I think that is extremely exciting news that this guy is finally going to face some serious repercussions for this shit, because it's been going on for quite some time. He has a long history of doing this shit without remorse, and this is beyond deserved. I'd like to show you just one more clip that survived when his channel got nuked. This is just another example of the kind of shit that he would do on a regular.
For the record, everything he did leading up to the fucking pepper spray is illegal and should be criminally prosecuted. That's it. Like, that is straight up. Like, the whole, like, stalking with a fucking phone on you, uploading it to YouTube, like, all of that should be, should get him to face legal consequences. That is crazy. You're harassing someone, you're filming them when they have clearly told you that they don't want you to film them. So we're not even allowed to stalk and harass women in parking lots anymore? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, right? This is America. I thought this was America, not communist China.
Hey, are you single? Are you single?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you think I'm hot?
Oh, I didn't say that.
You don't think I'm hot?
I can't even see you without my glasses.
Oh, really? Do you live here?
I don't even know them.
Do you want to hang out?
Probably not right now because I'm not even.
What are you going to do later? Sleep? Can I come sleep with you? You don't want a massage?
No, I'm good.
Luckily, she eventually escapes from the 7th circle of hell there, but this was his content. This is all he would do. He would just wait to find women pretty much anywhere, really, and make them as scared and uncomfortable as possible and film it. That was his entire existence. That was his whole purpose. And now it's finally over. Can finally breathe a nice sigh of relief. You won't accidentally see this man sitting on a fucking park bench somewhere and ruining your day. So I just wanted to share the both bad and good news here. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.
I don't know if I should do this. Okay, they're actually saying nice things. Okay, good. Okay, so for a second I was worried. What is this? This man will never get a date. Is this another one? Is this another one like this? Damn. Moist has been fucking blistering the incels, dude. That's great. You thought people were going to be defending him in Charlie's comments? It's YouTube. It's not about Charlie. It's about YouTube, my friend. Where do you think these guys get the fucking you know, I mean, this guy's on YouTube too. Where do you think these guys get the fucking confidence to behave this way?
My wife, like most people marry their wife because she was hot. She was
here. By the way, I just want to point something out here. Like, if you're wondering, like, well, you know, where are these guys coming from? Here, this is a very normalized version of that.
I married my wife like most people marry their wife because she was hot. She was beautiful. She was fun. She was smart. She was all those things. But it wasn't till about 10 years after we had been together when I started to think like, oh, you know, like for the first 10 years I was thinking, well, of course she has no capacity for reason. You know, I don't understand a word she said. But then I kept noticing that she was right a lot of the time when she, and I couldn't understand it. And I started to think, oh, she's actually seeing the world from a different point of view. And
the fuck? Bro, is this guy explaining how his marriage caused him to fucking comprehend women as like full human beings? He spent 10 years with his wife, and then he was like, oh, shit, dude. I get it now. Like, evil Foucault. Yo, a lot of you motherfuckers were like, why is Andrew Tate so popular? Okay? Those guys, there's a lot of guys like that. A lot of dudes' starting position is that. Like, every dude, to a certain degree, is built in. Well, not like, obviously, no one is born like that, but every dude learns that behavior, okay? And it takes a long-ass time to unlearn that behavior. And that's why I get so mad at motherfuckers who literally reinforce that behavior all the time, okay? Not to that same degree, but, you know, misogyny is very common. It's a basic part of social conditioning. It's the same exact shit that we talk about with respect to transphobia. Okay? Come on, Twitch has a huge misogynistic audience as well, saying the YouTube thing isn't completely fair. No. I've never said that Twitch is not misogynistic. I'm simply stating that, like, YouTube comments are very, very unhinged. Like, very unhinged.
And that is like putting on those red and blue glasses that suddenly turn the world into 3 dimensions. You suddenly become one flesh, one person, and you see things in a new and deeper and richer way. And that, to me, transforms everything.
This guy, it took him 10 years to understand. That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, we arrived at like unhinged incels from this Moist Critical video. We are going to move on to more. We're going to move on to greener pastures, okay?